first and foremost, our commitment is securing those resources necessary to get citizens and residents back into their home. So our focus is always first and foremost on residents, and then we'll transition to doing work in the park system. People are very considerate, and they understand that we have to triage, and they respect that we have prioritized citizens and residents over the park system. What we have begun to do in the park system is we are addressing the overhang areas that is really very dangerous. People think, okay, the storm's through, we can see the trees on the ground, why won't you let us into the parks? Just so that we can explore. We do not want you in the parks, particularly Pinery, Buck Creek, and Lemery at this time are still closed, as is Ferrand Park. There are shards from the trees, there are root balls that are exposed. We've had a report of a bee's nest, a hive that was on the ground that has now been dislodged. It's not just, oh, there's a tree down, but there's all those aspects of safety. You know, we need to make sure that the workers who are in the parks are safe when we allow them to go in. And it's important that we just have patience, because we want to make sure children and families are safe. We will open the parks as soon as possible. As a matter of fact, we currently have opened Prairie Park, Lemery Park, the primary areas, but the trails within those parks remain closed. We have been absolutely blessed that there has been no physical damage to any of the playgrounds in the park system, the shelter, or the lodge. At Pinery Park, the Little League facilities did have some concern. We had some trees land on some of the fences at Little League. Some of the scoreboards were damaged. And we are now working with our insurance companies, both with Pinery Park, Little League, as well as the city, to address those needs. Right now, we are asking people to, if they want to walk or run and actually want to develop trail, they can go to Oriole Park or Lamar Park. Those trails are open. Kent County has finished clearing the Kent Trail from 44th Street down to 52nd Street, so that is now open for public use. The only trails that are not open for public use at this time are Pinery Park and Lemery Park to Buck Creek Nature Preserve. So where we're at is we're having our contracted crews come in and address all of the overhang obstacles and dangers. Once they are done, then we are working with our staff and Team Rubicon and the Southern Baptist Convention disaster volunteers to have them come in and coordinate community volunteers that will help us remove the debris on the ground. We can't say enough how appreciative we are for the residents, the businesses who have been supportive of our staff, how we've been having to prioritize the work. We immediately received calls, how can we help clean up the park system? And we've shared, please help your neighbor, and they have. So between Tommy Brands, we've had Beist Electric, we've had other businesses, and again, the Salvation Army, the Red Cross, and our citizens have joined together helping neighbor to neighbor, and they've been lifting us up, you know, telling us how appreciative they are. And we have to say, you're resilient, right? They are resilient, they are committed to one another, and they're committed to our community. And it makes us proud as staff to be able to support such well-quality, compassionate, and giving people, without a doubt.